Hello, and welcome to Tublandia. This is Jefferson. Please like and subscribe to my channel if you like things that are audiophile and analog production related. Today we're going to be talking about Relaxin with the Miles Davis Quintet. We're going to do a comparison between the Analog Productions Prestige 200 gram series that was released in 2013, this guy. And I'm going to do some listening notes comparison to the new Craft One Step that just came out. Lovely box, groovy screen to pull everything out, beautiful booklet, regular album. So let's get to it, shall we? Analog Productions. This is the 2013 edition, mastered by Kevin Gray. It was part of the Analog Productions Prestige series, mono and stereo. There was an edition of 25 each. I was an early subscriber, and they were really, really good. It took Chad a while to sell them out, but in terms of the listening notes, this one sounds really good. I thought it's definitely got a hotter cut to it. The bass, however, is a bit subdued and a little bit in the background. However, Coltrane and his tone is very full and very lush, and the tone is just right. However, it surprised me because it seemed to stand out a lot more than even Miles Davis's trumpet with muted trumpet, and the piano of Red Garland was kind of in the back, so compared to the Coltrane. And anyway, the drums were very distinct. The instruments were distinct, but it felt like instead of really precise pinpoint imaging, they were kind of rounded off. Like the drums were sort of rounded off. The bass was a little rounded off. Muted trumpet, Coltrane, all kind of rounded off, but what it made for is a very, very nice mix and a very pleasant presentation. The dynamics were really, really good, and it's probably the best pressing of this album that's been available up until now, and I highly recommend it if anyone can get it. It's going to be repressed by Analog Productions later on, and at $40, it's a bargain you can't really miss out on. So, okay, so what about the Craft? Well, the Craft is really, really good. Um, so to say, this is the 2022 that Bernie Grudman just did. So it's Bernie Grudman versus Kevin Gray. I typically enjoy both of their masterings very, very good, very, very much so. It seems to be more of an issue of how is the source that they're working from versus any one's style over the other. However, with this one, um, anyway, this one had a little bit more tape hits that was noticeable. So that worried me at first. I thought, well, is this an issue with the tape deteriorating from 2013 to 2022? It seems like if it's made it since 1958, it'd be fine. By this point, in that few amount of years, wouldn't have done much to it. But then I realized, I guess with Bernie Grumman's setup, he's getting more of the source signal pressed onto the vinyl, which, in that case, the tape hiss is indicative of a good noise floor, and so they're transferring everything quite effectively to the vinyl. So all that being said, the imaging here, each instrument was very pinpoint and tight. You could make out the drums distinctly. They were not in your face. They're not in your face on either pressing, but they're very distinctive and not rounded off, very clear, very crisp. The Red Garland piano, my God, it's just flows in and out of the other instruments in the soundstage just like it's supposed to. It was one of the things that really blew me away at this pressing. In addition, Miles Davis with his muted trumpet sounds really, really good. Very dynamic, very much in your face. Some people have been complaining there's a bit of a shrillness to it. I myself didn't notice a shrillness. However, I will say that if you're not used to Miles, sometimes he can hit some very high notes in that upper register that can be bracing, and if you're not ready for it, I guess it can come across as shrill. I personally didn't find it that way. Um, let's see. The cymbals were bright, and not overly bright, and there was just a nice shimmer and decay to those, and I really noticed it on the craft more so than the AP. Um, the piano, like I said, was more prominent and more mixed well. The mix overall was very separate, but very good and together. So everything was mixed well, it was together, but you could also pick out the individual instruments better than you could with the AP. I would say that Coltrane was a little bit lower in the mix, but not really compared to the AP, but not so much lower as much as more balance with all the other instruments around. So, you know, is the craft better? Absolutely. Is it $125 worth versus $40? I don't know. That's kind of up to the individual person. If you can afford this and you want the definitive copy of Relaxin, this is the one to go with. They're still available at the craft um, website as of right now. Um, so this is the one to go with. However, if you don't want the box and you are, at perfectly fine with an adequate pressing, then this AP is the one to get at $40. It'll be coming out hopefully within the year. I know he's slowly worked his way through all the former Prestige series. So anyway, that's that. Please comment in the comments if you have any ideas, suggestions, or different takes. I'd love to hear them. And thank you very much. This is Jefferson from Tubelandia, and have a good one. Please like and subscribe. Bye.